fi amee ay coffee mugs dañoo defar coffee mugs of all types so la amee seen business yi ngeen bëgg a defar coffee mugs mbate it ngeen bëgg a defar li nga xam ne nag mooy seen birthday presents yi ku seen love ones yi so la ñuy Gambian Talents promotion ñun ñu jox leen ko coffee mugs yu baax of all type bu nekkee wedding la bu nekkee da nga am sa love one bu nekkee da nga am sa fiancé bu nekkee da nga am ki nga xam ne nag mooy sa jëkkër mbete it sax sa yaay oo sa papa oo sa business boo xam ne yaa ngi ko bëgg a promote bëgg a faa def nag li nga xam ne mooy coffee mug soo la ñëwee fii rek am ko thank you Gambia salaamaaleykum yéen a ko gis de ay coffee mugs la de yéen ñi nga xam ne nag yéen a am seen wedding ba tey it ngeen am seen birthdays ba tey it ngeen am seen love ones yi nga xam ne dañ bëgg a kaas ba bëgg a dee maanaam dañ bëgg a suñoo am seen li nga xam ne nag mooy breakfast bi seen tea bi su ko defee rek ñu am seen kaas bu baax gis seen boppa loolu nekk loo xam ne nag lu neex la gift dafa am solo si every relationship moo tax it Gambian Talents indil leen coffee mugs yoo xam ne nag soo leen ko bëggee rek ak foo leen ko bëggee rek ñun ñoo leen koy indil doo leen ko amee fenn gis ngeen ko yéen ñi nga xam ne nag yéen a am seen family members yoo xam ne maanaam dañ génn àddina mété it ngeen am li nga xam ne nag mooy ay parties fii la coffee mugs are here for you at Gambian Talents promotion. It's very, very cheap. If you want this kind of coffee mugs, just call in 7833-524. We are opposite the Nawak building at the Red Cross building. When you get to the Red Cross building, and when you ask for the Gambian Talents promotion, they will show you. Get your coffee mugs right now and have a different vision of what coffee means.
The press, members of the Wagadusan Executive Committee. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank the various media houses who are present here to cover this press briefing. My name is Musa Bajaha, Assistant PR of the Wagadusan. Right now, I will introduce the members of the high table. In my left is the President of the Wagadusan, Honorable Isa Jula Honte. After Isa Jula Honte, we have Yusuf Tungara, who is the Vice President of the Wagadusan. Ablai Juara is also advisor to the Executive Committee. And Mr. Wase Saho, also a General Mobilizer of the Association. Ibrahim Sumare, also a member. And Honorable Yuba Jawara, Vice Chairman Basi Area Council, also a member. Mr. Mohammed Sumare is also a member of the Wagadusan. The purpose of this press briefing to brief the media about our forthcoming regional youth conference, which will take on the 24th and 25th of December 2019. It's the first time to hold in the Gambia. Wagadusan is a youth organization under FISO. FISO is International Festival Soninke, annual festival, which was hosted by Mali, Mauritania, and Senegal. Gambia will be hosting on 2020, the coming next year, 2020. On that note, without wasting more time, I will invite the Honorable President of the Association, Honorable Isa Honte. After his statement, I will allow all the media houses to ask any questions regarding to our fourth regional youth conference, which will be held on the 24th to 25th of December 2019. We are expecting 80 participants from the various countries, including the host in the Gambia. Any moment now, I will hand over the mic to our able president, Isa Jula Honte.
Thank you very much, Musa Balaha, Assistant PR. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, members of the high table, representative from FISO 2020 Gambia under the leadership of Mohamed Musanyat, the media, Wagadusan executive representative from various associations, organizations, fans clubs, and organizations respectively, and all protocols respectively and duly observed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of Wagadusan and on my own behalf, I want to take this opportunity to thank the elders of Soninkara for the support, and also the youths and the female and the male folks for the effort and services that they are rendering in one way or the other to support the successful hosting of FISO the 6th edition in the Gambia that will be happening in 2020 February, inshallah. Wakadusalo is a youth association registered in 6 West African countries, namely Mali, Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry, and the Gambia. It is an international association called United International Youth Association of Sarahuleh. Wakadusalo has the primary objective of bringing the entire Sarahuleh people under one umbrella, and also to finance local services for youth in our communities, to strengthen youth's health and well-being in the communities, to work to ensure young people are learning, and also to build a supportive and protective environment, to ensure that young people can participate in a local decision-making processes, to discourage illegal migration through community sensitization, and to also create employment opportunities in our communities, to promote our language and also our culture, to work on a strategy for a successful hosting of FISO 2020 in the Gambia. Young people's lives and future are heavily influenced by decisions taken at the local level. Government have a central role in protecting young people's rights by ensuring all young people have access to services and are protected from shocks and stress, and also participate in decision making that affect their lives. Wakadusalo, the regional youth conference that's supposed to take place on the 24th and 25th of December 2015, is a two-day conference. It's a two-day conference that will provide an opportunity for Wakadusalo youths, all of them from the Wakadusalo youths from across the region, to share and learn about innovative programs and approaches to support young people while building partnership to ensure work that is already being done. So on this note, I would like to still want to thank the media for being here with us to help us disseminate this information for the people and the general public of the Gambia to be aware of what we are going to do. Maybe in the next 5 days, that is the regional youth conference. From here, I think I would like to conclude my statement by thanking my colleagues here, the executive, the vice president, the coordinator, and the head of entertainment and culture, and also the executive advisor of Juara, and the representative from the FISO 2020 coordinating body, representing the president, and everybody that is present here. On that note, I would like to thank you all for your kind attention.
And what we intend to do, and what is done for the communities, the respective communities that are in. We intend to invite our fellow youths from across the sub-region and the world at large to come and share ideas, experiences with one another, so that we can be able to have community conclusion and take a tangible decision on making or improving our youthful life. And the conference aims to create and foster awareness among the youth of Gambia as well as other countries, most especially Soninka youths. Wakadusalo is basically a youth organization which aims and objectives is to, protect the interests of youth, of Soninka youth, and of course the other groups. But It also have in proposal to invite the partner youth organization and youth development actors to organize the side event and workshop in alignment with their programmatic area of interest and thematic focus of the first event of Soninga of Ogalusana and the Ogalusana Youth Conference on African Unity and Development. In accordance with the structures of the conference, the conference, the upcoming conference we are talking about here, what is going to take place on the 24th and 25th of this month. Tuesday and Wednesday on Thursday, 24th and 25th. So we are going to have a conference whereby we invite youth from our other African countries, so that they are present mentioned earlier on. And it will send a two representative to Gambia, and then of course we will also have a youth, the executives to have a very frank conversation and to discuss more on what affects us and what we really need and what we want to achieve in our respective areas. The events are organized with the objective of sharing experiences, best practices, encouraging partnership, building alliances and capacity of youth to influence policies and practices of our respective national governances. Because youth participation in all these things are very fundamental and critical. Because you cannot take a decision for a group whom are not in presence. That is basically the aims of this group. And then to answer the question that Mr. Barrow asked earlier on, I will try a little bit and then Wase will end with it. Like I said, Wagadusana, it stood basically to protect the youth and their interests. Every society, we must have an interest. If whenever you have an interest, of course, you will have either to protect it or not to protect it. Youth being the large numbers of population in almost every country you go nowadays. And I think we think there was a need for the youth to come together and form a formidable force that can help us push whatever agendas we think it is on our best interest. So the Wagadusano were established is under the event FISO. We are established through under the event called Federation International of Soninke, which is FISO. Commonly known in Gambia is FISO, F-I-S-O. So FISO is a Sarahuleh organization that were founded in France by Soninkes who were there. They traveled to there some decades ago, maybe 4 decades ago. But somewhere along the line, for the past 10 years, they started to try to share it, of course, with our respective countries. So they used to do their events in those countries, but now they start to move it to Africa. So every year, every 2 years, they will have a conference to host in every country. So whenever the conference is hosted in every country, that's where that's how Wagadusana comes about. They find out that the youths, the large chunk of participants in this conference are youths. So name of Wagadusana in Soninkes. If you know it, you know that they really meant business for the youth. They really consider youth. So they find out it's very necessary for youth to have a special name for them. And whenever the event is going anywhere, the youth will go with that and they will work on it, because you don't expect other people to come and organize events. You organize them and invite them, they will come and play. Of course, they have a role to play. But when it comes to the protocol, logistics, and accommodation, of course, the youth has to go and to level the ground. So on that note, I think I will hand over the mic.
Before you go, it's actually about when
was this initiative? When was the
establishment of Wagadusana? When was it?
Which year?
Okay, Wagadusana, it is a 5th event edition.
When was it formed?
I think, was it 2008 or thereabout?
In the Gambia here.
Now, okay, in the Gambia here, okay,
That's
not recently, because when the last FISO hosted in Dakar in 2018. So that's where they will choose whichever country is going to host the next event. So and then whichever country got lucky to be awarded the event, then we will come with it. So since I would presume since 2018, Sarahuleh ought to be established in Gambia, because we came with the event since 2018 from Dakar, Senegal by Honorable Isa Conde.
So 2018.
Yes, yes, to be precise.
The Gambia chapter.
Yes.
So my question goes to you. Hence you said you are young people who come to foster or come and may address the best interests of the young people. And then you started last year. Do you have any project that will help to empower young people? Is there any project on the pipeline, or have you ever done anything that will engage young people in your business or any other thing that will be helpful to them?
Okay. Yes, the aims of the association is that one of the empowerment we are extremely and super busy on it now is that since we started our Gambia were awarded to host this conference, there were a lot of discussion and consultation among the youths and of course the elderly to set up a plan or to work on modalities on how to host the conference. Because when you are awarded a conference to host in your country, of course, you are expected to work with all community members. Everybody was expected to be on board. So since 2018, that's basically what we were working on, to try to engage young people, to make them understand this conference is for us. The FISO itself, not even Sarahuleh alone, but the FISO itself is for us. Because whatever FISO being able to succeed, and of course, which cannot be done without the youth. So we have to work and make sure that those of us that understand the idea and buy it and believe me, this is an idea that will actually help us to achieve some of our desires. We took up to ourselves to engage our fellow youths, especially the Soninke youths, within the Soninka, both combos and of course the urban areas, rural areas, so to make them understand and accept it, the idea of hosting this conference, and of course working together to make sure that we have successful hosting of the conference. And of course, so far we have been succeeding on doing that, because you can now see anywhere you go around the town, the youths are 100% behind the conference, and they are of course every youth groups have because when you call youth, you have supporters, those who love football, those who love entertainment, those who are trying to be coaches, you can name them. So now we have every we have in our executive level, we have every unit for every committee for all these things. So every committee will have to go back to those that are football lovers. You go to them and discuss with them what are the difficulties, what should we do. Of course, education, and they are all there. The females, I can see they are not here. They're supposed to be here, but unfortunately, they are having a meeting, a final meeting to work towards the launching of FISO itself. Which will be held in Paradise Hotel tomorrow, Saturday, and of course to the conference also on how best they will also participate. So those are things we are engaging our fellow youths. So engaging them alone is an achievement, because if they accept the idea and participate, they will get to love it, and from there we can take it from there.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
No. Yes, someone to ask a question.
Yes. Can you unfold the structure of the conference? How do you intend to, with the conference?
Thank you very much, Paradise TV, for that question.
Yeah,
because I think we need to shed more light on the question that was asked by Paradise guys. Because he was talking about a project that we have in play, and then to buttress this point, I think I would have to tell you, we as a body, we are organizing the youth, the regional youth. gather at one place, and we all know each country among the 6 nations have their issues affecting the youth or young people in general. So therefore, we will ask each participant to come up with their issues on the table. They will discuss their burning issues that is affecting them, the challenges that they are facing. They will bring it on the table. Likewise, because from there we will find possible solutions to those issues. After finding solutions to this, we will now task each country to go back and then set a timeline as to how to tackle those problems, how to work towards solving those problems. Part of which was mentioned in the speech of the President, that is to finance the local service for youth in our community and to strengthen the well-being of youth in our community. Likewise, education, to strengthen the education, to kick out illiteracy. And then as well also to empower the language, because we believe our language and our culture is key to all what we do. In fact, it's the nuclear of what we do. We want to ensure that we empower our language and culture. Because we believe if we can write our own language, communicate in our own language, teach our people in our own language, we will be better empowered. So that is also central to what we will do. And then to work towards a strategy, towards a successful future. That is the Federation of Solinkara International Cultural Festival. That festival is geared towards bringing the Solinke community together to address these issues. But as we know, the young people made up the chunk of the population. So therefore, they are putting young people forward to sit together and discuss as to how to host this conference or this cultural festival in a very successful way. That is why the youths are coming together to have a pre-conference before the main events, which is actually next year, to February. But this conference, the success of this conference will help host a successful cultural festival come next year. I think you now understand the idea behind it and the other issue. Thank you very much.
Then the opening ceremony, of course, we will have a guest speaker who will operate the conference. But the president, of course, will have a speech to deliver to the members of the delegation that come from abroad. And of course, we will table our action plan or the agendas we want to discuss or share with our other colleagues that are coming from outside. So they will of course come with their plan. So by doing that, we started from arrival to the King's National Anthem just as normal, opening prayers, welcoming remarks will be done by such people, and then the conference will declare open, and then the media will be there again, of course. I believe we will be there too before that, but I'm not sure you will stay for the whole 2 days with us. So from there we will start the deliberation, with our other counterparts. The females will be there, and the men will be there. So it will be more or less on basic the fun conversation to share things that we actually face in our respective communities. So, and also from like Abdel said earlier on, at the end of the day we will have to come out with a resolution, and we cannot have a resolution without sitting down and having a conversation that is actually genuine and frank. And then of course from there we can now task each and every participating country to go back with the action plan to Europe. The Gorsa is in all those countries. They will go back and say this is the resolution for us to work with. So by the next meeting, edition, we will sit down and look at the things that we how the level of improvement, and then of course and where we have basic obstacles. So okay, the theme of we have a theme, the theme of the conference, which is the issue that, okay, the issue is the theme of the conference. We already gave it a theme, which is the theme
which is that the issue that retards the progress of the youth. So that is the theme we give to the conference, and that is basically what we are going to discuss more on it after this casual conference of the minister after. So those are some of the.
Any more question?
Maybe if you can tell us how is the selection done? Because you said you will be expecting like 80 participants from other countries, including the Gambia. So how is the selection done? Yes. Are we expecting only Sarahuleh youths?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. The selection. We are not expecting only Sarahuleh. That's what, if you can recap on our speech, the president's speech, and the elaboration I did was that we are going to invite the youth development actors within the country, because for the outsiders, every country, it's supposed to be more than 2, but this year we propose 2 people to be sent from every country to come and participate. So within us in Gambia, we're having 10 from out, and we now sit and expected to have 70. So that 70, of course, we will be inviting people from the rural areas to come and participate, and also within Gambia, greater Bank areas, and we also send invitation letters to other youth organizations that are known to us to come and participate to conference with us. Basically, yes, it's not only Sarahuleh that participating. It's a youth. We are expecting to have a dialogue with everybody. More especially the National Youth Council.
Yes. Okay, so who are funding the conference, and do you have other partners supporting? Because it's not easy for an organization to move without funding. Yeah, so who are behind?
The president will answer that one.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Baram from DRT's, for that wonderful question. Okay, the funding for the conference, as you know, we are partnering with FISO, that is Festival International Solimi, as my vice has represented there. The FISO is supposed to be held in Gambia, and we have an executive for FISO who are working on modalities on how to mobilize funds to have FISO successfully been hosted in Gambia. So Wagadu Sale is a youth lead on the FISO, so our funding are coming directly from FISO. I can happily tell you that our budget has been approved and a check has been drawn. So already we have everything in place. Thanks to FISO and our president.
Okay, thank you very much. Hence, there is no question from any media houses. We'd like to conclude this press conference to invite each media houses the opening ceremony of the Wagadu Sadu Youth Conference, which will be held on the 24th to 25th of December 2019 at Gamcott Club, starting at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So all the media houses are invited. GRTS, Paradise, Gambia Talent TV, and Star FM and Star TV. They are all invited to attend this very important event, which will be held for 2 days. Regional conference. So on that note, I think Mr. President.
Yes, just to thank everybody, especially the media, our friends and our partners in development. So we are very much appreciative to receive you here. We hope that we will have more partnership in the next near future. As he has said, we are having this conference on starting on the 24th and 25th of December, and we hope to see you there. So we have to thank everybody, the listeners and the audience for the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank various media.
yéen a ko gis ñu ngi fi amee ay coffee mugs dañoo defar coffee mugs of all types so la amee seen business yi ngeen bëgg a defar coffee mugs mbete it ngeen bëgg a defar li nga xam ne nag mooy seen birthday presents yi ku seen love ones yi so la ñuy Gambian Talents promotion ñun ñu jox leen ko coffee mugs yu baax you know of all type bu nekkee wedding la bu nekkee da nga am sa loved one bu nekkee da nga am sa fiancé bu nekkee da nga am ki nga xam ne nag mooy sa jëkkër ba tey it sax sa yaay oo sa papa oo sa business boo xam ne yaa ngi ko bëgg a promote bëgg a faa def nag li nga xam ne mooy coffee mug soo la ñëwee fii rek am ko thank you Gambia asalaamaaleykum yéen a ko gis de ay coffee mugs la de yéen ñi nga xam ne nag yéen a am seen wedding ba tey it ngeen am seen birthdays ba tey it ngeen am seen loved ones yi nga xam ne dañ bëgg a kaas ba bëgg a dee maanaam dañ bëgg a si ñoo am seen li nga xam ne nag mooy breakfast bi seen tea bi su ko defee rek ñu am seen kaas bu baax gis seen boppa loolu nekk loo xam ne nag lu neex la gift dafa am solo si every relationship moo tax it Gambian Talents indil leen coffee mugs yoo xam ne nag soo leen ko bëggee rek ak foo leen ko bëggee rek ñun ñoo leen koy indil doo leen ko amee fenn